The first time in the 98-year history of the Federal Reserve that a sitting chairman has held a press conference following an interest rate decision. I'm Mark Crumpton in Washington, and I'm joined here on set by my colleague, our chief Washington correspondent, Peter Cook. And we're also joined once again by Al Broaddus, former Richmond Fed president, and he is graciously standing by in Richmond following this press conference, which was, I would guess it started about right on time, about 2:15, about an hour in length. Mr. Broaddus, I was wondering if I could get your thoughts. What stood out for you?
Well, first, I thought he did a terrific job. I really did. You know, this is a man at the top of his game, and I just hope the American public saw a person that I saw who really has command of the facts of the state of the economy and how the Fed can operate to make it better. I think, of course, a lot of specific points were covered. One that stood out for me was he kept coming back. People, of course, want to know what the Fed is going to do and when. It's not that the Fed knows and doesn't want to tell people, and I think this is the point he kept coming back to. It's that it will depend. It will depend on evolving conditions. And the particular evolving condition he focused on over and over again was inflation expectations. That's not to say that the Fed is not concerned about jobs and the real state of the economy, but that's of course, the thing that the Fed affects most directly. So he seemed to want to hammer that point home, and he did it over and over again.
And Peter Cook, our chief Washington correspondent, this is a first. You've been in Treasury lockup sometimes when this rate decision comes down. What stood out for you?
Well, a couple things. First of all, just seeing the chairman there answering these questions in this kind of setting is refreshing.
Yeah.
We've seen it up on Capitol Hill, but there was totally unscripted. He didn't know what was coming. His answers filibustered to some extent. We didn't hear anything dramatically new and different. The one thing I would harp on what we just heard from Al Broaddus again, this indecision about when they're going to exit from all this. Right. They don't know yet, and that's going to concern some of the markets who wanted a clearer picture.
Our chief Washington correspondent, Peter Cook, and the former president of the Richmond Fed, Al Broaddus, joining us today. Thank you both so much.